Well, a formal hello to all of you, those that I already know, and most of you I haven't met. I do know a special person on the back row. He sold me my condo. It was his. Anyway, let me say a couple of things. One is credit unions. I asked our department this past January, and we were having a department meeting. One of the first ones we've had in a long time, where I got absolutely everybody in the room. I pulled the examiners in from the field. I wanted all of us to sit down as I began my commissionership to just talk about, who we are, what we do, what is our mission, what do we see as our challenges going forward. And one of the things we thought would be fun is to learn a little bit more about who we were as colleagues. So we got one of these nifty little audience participation electronic systems where you're up on the screen and everybody gets a little, looks like a television remote. And you put a question up on the screen and you can answer yes, no, or whatever corresponds. And so we had a whole series of questions, some I can't repeat. But one of the questions I said was, I want to know, how do we act as consumers in our own financial services industry? What do we do? So one of the questions was, do you buy your auto insurance from a Vermont domestic insurance carrier? And it was interesting that the majority of our folks said no. They go online just like everybody else because they want to, get the most competitive price, and they want to shop at 3 o'clock in the morning when they're in their pajamas. And so they're acting like consumers, just like the ones that we talk to every day. Well, the question was, do you bank at a credit union, a national bank, a national credit union, a state bank? And we clicked and clicked, and lo and behold, the majority of DFR folks are credit union members, card-carrying and very proud and active credit union members. So I want to tell you that we mimic, we look like the average Vermonters and consumers, so that we know not only from a regulatory point of view of how credit unions provide the services that sometimes either banks don't, or in combination with banking entities, that there is a place that we feel as consumers for credit unions. So I wanted to just give you that as an interesting sort of factoid about just who we are at DFR, that we regulate lots of things, but we're also consumers too, so that we have that kind of, that perspective. So what have we been up to at DFR? Yes, we have a new name. We're used to it now. It means that we are not doing the same level of healthcare administration. Everybody knows that has already gone over to the Green Mountain Care Board and over to DEVA, which is the Department of Vermont Health Access. But we are doing the health exchange parts of getting us ready for the operational exchange aspects of healthcare reform. But the good part is that I believe what we're able to do now, by having moved those to the appropriate entities, is that we get to do what we do best again. And when I say again, is I remember DFR when it was banking and insurance in 1985, and so that our focus was financial services regulation, and then we had these other tasks that were put upon us. So we have now come full circle. We are financial services regulators again. It means that I, as a commissioner, can focus on those parts of the industry instead of many commissioners were diverted for good reason. Health is a very important job, but I don't think, certainly you folks wouldn't want me to be deciding which hospital gets another MRI machine. I assure you, you would not want me to do that. But you might want me to help oversee solvency and types of financial functions and consumer protections and those kinds of things that we do with financial services. So DFR this is a good thing. It means that we're back to our knitting, that this is our focus, and that I, as commissioner, feel that my background is a financial services regulator, and I bring that to the table. I'm going to have Tom Camden, who everybody knows. As a matter of fact, I was so pleased when Tom agreed to stay on as banking deputy, like I had a choice. We would not have let him out the door, I assure you. And he has made some noises about things like, I don't know, he says he's getting old or something, but I do not go with that. And Tom and I have been able to start participating at the national and federal levels and our regional levels in banking, and also his deep involvement in the credit union regulatory aspects. So, you know, you've got some good folks that are here to help you out. You also have some good representation here at the Statehouse. I want to tell you, I've been working on various things with Jessica over this year and last year, and I just want you to know that you have hired folks who have your interests, that are there, who are you know, bringing your interests to the regulatory as well as legislative front, and so you are well represented. And I want to thank you, because working with Jessica is always a pleasure, professional, and very responsive on your behalf. So
I'm supposed to be saying good things about you, right?
you know, I like to call it as I see it. That's sort of who I am. And so I just want to say that, yes, you've helped us a great deal, and well, sometimes we don't agree, but that's okay. Tom's going to talk a little bit about the legislative stuff that we've got pending. It's not a heck of a lot of things. Most of the stuff we're doing now, right this minute in the DFR bill, is insurance. But we do have a couple of things that I think you should have a heads up. And things happen momentarily. Matter of fact, Tom just told us about 30 seconds ago that something else has emerged that we need to keep our eyes on. So thank you, everybody, for the time to visit with you. And, you know, it's not just, you know, me saying this because I'm supposed to. It's not, but, you know, you do know that my door is open. And I think, you know, if the word is around that you just give me a call, I'm happy to talk to you, and you know you have access. So I want to just say that publicly.